people often ask us, where does the fluoride come from that they add to the drinking water? And I'm afraid the sad response is, an accurate response is, it is not pharmaceutical grade fluoride. It's not the same kind of fluoride that we get in toothpaste or other dental products. Why don't they use pharmaceutical grade? It would be too expensive to use pharmaceutical grade. Okay, so what do they use? They use a waste product, a hazardous waste product from the phosphate fertilizer industry. For about 100 years, the process for making soluble phosphate to use as a fertilizer is to take insoluble phosphate rock, dig up that rock, and then add concentrated sulfuric acid. And that reaction between those two chemicals puts off two very toxic gases, hydrogen fluoride, HF, and silicon tetrafluoride, SiF4. And over the 100 years, many examples of severe poisoning of the local environment. The fluoride gases and dust falls on the grass, the cows eat the grass, it cripples the cows, ruins the teeth, and so on. And the EPA required the phosphate fertilizer industry to put a scrubber on, a spray of water. And that spray of water converts these two gases, hydrogen fluoride and silicon tetrafluoride, to a new substance called hexafluorosilicic acid, H2SiF6. Now, this is where we get to the bizarre point. They can't dump this scrubbing liquor containing hexafluorosilicic acid into the sea by international law. They can't dump it locally because it's far too concentrated and corrosive. But if they sell it to somebody, if somebody is willing to buy this, it becomes a product. Under hazardous waste regulations, if the chemical industry can sell a hazardous waste product, it then becomes a product. And for the chemical industry, that makes sense. And for the EPA, it makes sense for industry to be recycling its toxic chemicals rather than dumping them somewhere. But in this case, it doesn't make sense at all, because it allows the public water suppliers, when they buy this stuff, it becomes a product, then they put it in the drinking water, and we're exposed to it with less oversight than there would be if it was treated as a hazardous waste. There's another issue, that the hexafluorosilicic acid has in it, in the process of making it, other contaminants, arsenic, lead, mercury, even traces of radioactive isotopes. And the question to any decision maker in the public is, do you really want trace amounts of these materials, especially when the EPA says about arsenic and lead, there are no safe levels because they are human carcinogens. So any level of arsenic exposure, any level of lead exposure, potentially will increase cancer rates in the United States. And that's why, to many people, it's unpalatable to be drinking what has originated as a hazardous waste product from the phosphate fertilizer industry.